The Haunted Timber, a mystical forest thriller. Deep within the northern reaches of an ancient land lies the Blackwood timber, a forbidding forest shrouded in perpetual dusk. Legends say that the trees here whisper names, and shadows slither between gnarled trunks. For centuries, villagers dared not cross its borders, lest they be claimed by forces beyond mortal reckoning. Chapter 1. The Whispering Pines. Eliza Galloway had always been curious. At 27, she was a scholar of folklore who dismissed superstition as the idle fancies of ignorant peasants. Yet, when she discovered the old journal of Rowan Sinclair, a 19th-century explorer who vanished in Blackwood, she felt the pull of destiny. Sinclair described strange murmurs among the pine needles and figures glimpsed at the edge of vision, mannequins of bark and bone, he wrote, that move when one turns away. Determined, Eliza journeys to the small hamlet of Northvale, the last settlement before Blackwood begins. The villagers eye her warily, their warnings are hushed. Don't go beyond the fallen oak at twilight, they come out then. But Eliza presses on. Chapter 2. The Fallen Oak. On her first evening, Eliza approaches the famed fallen oak, whose colossal roots rise like ribs from the earth. As the sun dips behind the horizon, the wind dies. Silence descends. Then, the whisper. Her name, Eliza. Soft, sorrowful. She turns, sees nothing. The forest seems still. But branches creak, shadows stretch. Heart pounding, she retreats back to Northvale, though the whisper troubles her through sleep. Chapter 3. Shadows among the trees. Undeterred, she delves deeper the next day. The forest floor is carpeted in needles and decaying leaves. Light filters through skeletal boughs, pale as ash. She hears footsteps, light, distant, yet matching her pace, and catches glimpses of shapes, slender, tall, cloaked in bark-like skin, faces pale and expressionless. When she blinks, they vanish. Eliza recalls Sinclair's warning, a forest that eats time, and cultivates sorrow in its silent fetter. The trees here seem to absorb sound, memory, even hope. A small clearing appears, at its center stands a totem, a carved face long since weathered. She examines symbols half erased, and feels a sudden chill. A voice echoes behind, "You shouldn't be here." She spins, but alone. The wind whistles. She flees. Chapter 4. Nightfall's Embrace. Night falls quicker within Blackwood. Lantern lit, Eliza camps in a glade, but sleep eludes her. Flickering shadows play on the trees. At midnight, she hears drums, distant and rhythmic, or is that merely her heartbeat? The whisper returns, "Find us." The air turns cold. She sees a procession, faceless figures stepping between the trees, moving toward her fire. She rises, pack in hand, and they disappear. Yet embers remain red. Chapter 5. Rowan Sinclair's Secret. Determined to make sense of the madness, Eliza studies Sinclair's journal by lantern light. He describes a hidden grove, the heart of the forest, where the veil between worlds thins. He believed an ancient spirit inhabited the wood, a sorrowful being named Noctrua, a guardian twisted by centuries of human fear. To appease it, sacrifices of grief were demanded, not blood, but memory. Every soul entering Blackwood loses a cherished recollection. Eliza realizes, her own memories feel hazy, details of childhood, names of old friends drifting away. Her reflection in the mirror is pale, exhaustion etched into her features. Chapter 6. Through the Veil. Armed with inscriptions from the totem, Eliza sets out at dawn toward the grove. The forest shifts, paths rearrange, branches block her way. Time warps, she recalls last week as distant. Birds circle above, silhouettes without songs. At last, she arrives at a ring of ancient oaks, roots intertwined like a womb. In its center, a pool of still, black water. The whisper becomes a roar. From the water rises a shape, tall, humanoid, antlers sprouting like tree limbs, eyes glowing with mourning. Noctrua. She speaks themellous words in a voice like rustling leaves. Eliza stumbles back, heart racing. She realizes she can offer her memories as payment. She touches the pool, visions flood her mind, faces she loved, her childhood, dreams of future. The spirit absorbs them, releases a terrible grief, a wind that chills her soul. Chapter 7. Escape from the Green Labyrinth. Weakened, memory hollowed, Eliza staggers away. The forest tests her. Illusions of roads, voices calling her name, specters of loved ones begging for rescue. She resists, focusing on her mission. Exit. Trees lean in, block the sky. Yet morning light brings clarity. She reaches the fallen oak again, but it now appears ancient, reposeful. With one final whisper, "Go." The forest parts. Chapter 8. Lost and Remembering. Eliza collapses on Northvale's edge at sunrise. Villagers rescue her. She cannot recall much now, the names of friends, details of her past, but she remembers the terror. She writes her journal, hoping to warn others. The forest demands more than bodies, it devours soul. She knows she'll never fully recall what she lost, some precious pieces of self are forever tangled in Blackwood. Yet as she leaves, she senses eyes watching. The forest remains, silent, patient, hungry.